For life.
Yeah. Bullet cast. What's going on? Stacy. This elite podcast in here. Ain't nobody better. Look. Yeah. Listen to us every time we live in the side. When you turn it on, it's just defining the mind. If you feel it, our opinions is great. When everything we moving now in the state, turn us on. If the feeling is right, every opinion now comes from the heart. No time we move with a part. We on the radio, it's wrestling. Time's aggression. Here is the feeling in the prove. Get the lesson. And if you want to prove it to you now, here's the feeling in the time and everything that we did. Listen to the senators connecting it. Moving on everything that's pronouncing it. Everything we
Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You know the name, you know the voice, you know exactly why I'm here. Just in case you don't, I am a 26-year-old piece of gold, the messiah of the microphone, and the greatest sports and recreational podcaster in the world today. I'm so great, I'm underrated, just like this show. But hey, it's a three-man booth today. The boys are back. Over here, he is a 15-time Bullet Cast champion. The Canadian Destroyer, BT Brandon Tanguma. Brandon, it's Wednesday/Thursday. You know what that means.
Yep, it's Wednesday/Thursday, which means it is the Bullet Cast. I'm here. I'm doing fantastic. It's been a long day. Helped my brother move in. Went up to Sacramento. Went back here. Had some Nashville hot chicken and almost burnt my throat off, my mouth off. It's, you know what, Phillip? It is a God-given miracle that I am still standing here today because, you know, I thought I had it. I went to Nashville, had the chicken, did it hot every single time. It was fine, you know, didn't burn. But then I go to this one place in Sacramento. I get the hot. There was a warning. She was like, you know, there's ghost pepper. And I was like, oh, you know, I'm fine. I just came back from Nashville. I can handle it. Well, I cannot. Still paying the price for it. Stomach hurts a little bit. So if I just have to run off in the middle of this podcast, you guys know why. But besides that, I'm doing fine, Phillip.
Okay, all right, I see. And we have the 4-time Bullet Cast champion, Mr. Brian Tronick.
It feels good to be back once again. I just want to say that it is Wednesday/Thursday. That is 2 days or maybe 3 days after Teen Mom.
Okay.
Yeah. Teen Mom episode.
I didn't know we were teen mom marks.
Absolutely.
I'm more of a catfish guy.
Catfish.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like
Speaking of marks, T's and P's going out to that guy. Jesus. A lot's happened, man. A lot has been going on for this show.
Yeah, Los Padres finally got a win last week.
Oh, really?
Yep. I might have my swing back.
Oh, okay.
I know it's a whole thing, but besides that, you know, some things have happened.
I hung out with Hoovie-Tude, you know. No big deal.
NBD.
No big deal.
I've been sitting in the house, you know, just being a dad.
being a dadski. I've been at a lot of wrestling shows. We're going to talk about a lot of that. The Alpha Zoe interview was finally dropped that we did in Sacramento at ACW. Brandon, you know, you were the videographer.
Great video. If you guys haven't, you know, obviously you can listen to it wherever you get your podcast, where you probably listen to it right here. But go to the YouTube, go to the Bullet Cast on the U of Tube, and go look at the video. You know, great. Once again, no tripod. We made our own makeshift tripod, and you know it turned out okay. Wish it could have been better. 20-minute interview. My hand was cramping up, but I was a trooper. I got through it. Filmed the whole thing. Great interview. Once again, Alpha Zoe, front of the podcast, been on numerous times.
Who's texted me?
And now, you know, he's champ. Champ. He's got so many titles, too many to keep track of.
Might win some more. He's up for another one this weekend.
I've seen some highlights. I've seen some highlights of the match at West Coast. Him and
Masha.
Masha, yes. Seen the highlights.
I was there, man. Well, what have you checked out the Alpha Zoe interview yet, or what's up, Brian?
Oh, I haven't got a chance to check out the Alpha Zoe.
Well, we put out just so much good content recently.
It's so much.
Yeah, it can really fall behind. Once you miss one, they start piling up because we've put out so much.
Just sit down and watch. And watch them. I don't
I
understand.
mean, everything in the wrestling world's just been going crazy right now, So
That's true. That's a lot of things are going on. NXT Europe is going to be replacing NXT UK. There's going to be a champion. Oh, speaking of championships, so the Bulletcast Podcast Championship. So you guys saw the tweet that has been put out. It will be you two, Lil Durst, who is the champion, and someone else competing for 3 shows, elimination style. So basically, how this is going to work, all 4 of you guys are in for Clash at the Castle. Whoever gets the least amount of picks that day, they are eliminated, and they don't get to move on to Worlds Collide.
And so on and so forth. So there'll only be 2 left standing.
Yes, for All Out. Yes. So big weekend next week. I will not be one of the participants. I'm still taking a step back from the championship. I know. Very humble of me.
Yes, very humble with your money, with your bullet cast in the bank.
Yeah,
that is looming, huh?
Biding your time,
biding my time. I mean, I got till June. Got till June, bro.
I got the bullet cast cup. You know what I'm saying?
We don't have one of those. No, we don't. We don't have one of those. Stop. No, I could get one made, but we don't have one of those. Jesus, we're going to talk about the cup in a little bit. That doesn't belong to us. No, but NXT Europe is going to be replacing NXT UK. I believe NXT Europe was going to be the thing that they wanted to do, but they didn't have enough talent. So NXT UK was what they settled on. And hey, NXT UK, when it first started, man, that thing was hot. Bait and done, just going back and forth. Of course, Walter's unbelievable, or Gunther's unbelievable run with the championship. But the titles are going to be unified. The NXT Women's and UK Championships are going to be unified at Worlds Collide, along with the men's NXT UK and regular NXT titles. So lots happened. A lot of undisputed champions are going to be in the wrestling business over the next week or so. Brian, what are your thoughts?
I think it's a great decision. I think it's long overdue. It's bittersweet because a lot of people in NXT UK have lost their jobs. But I mean, it's kind of a blessing in disguise too, because I'm pretty sure a lot of these guys and girls who got released, who didn't come over to the States, would love to go around the world and make an even bigger name for themselves. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited for NXT Europe when they do get it up and running 2023. I know it's going to be made a big deal, especially with Papa H in charge these days. So you can expect NXT Europe to be made a big deal. I mean, if the end goal here is to just make, a bigger, what do they call that? A bigger platform for the entire Europe, right? To have superstars and wrestlers and everybody come over and be a part of the best of the best for the greater good, then I'm all for it.
Yeah, I mean, as you kind of talked about, NXT UK has kind of limped along during the pandemic, and now after it, we had like some TV cancellations, and now we've got a bunch of people being released. So, it wasn't too much of a shock that now NXT UK has kind of gone away and is being absorbed into regular NXT, and that World Collide show should be a sneaky good card. I know it's kind of going to be very early, or is it going straight head to head with All Out, or when exactly is the time for Worlds Collide?
I think it's 1 p.m. West Coast time.
Yeah, so that's actually here. Let me just hop on the Peacock. We can't say.
You got to hop on the cock.
No. We're brand ambassadors now.
What? That's what it's called.
No, we are brand ambassadors now. We can't do that.
Why not? The Peacock.
We are brand ambassadors.
The Peacock. But anyways, NXT UK, as Brian said, it was a hell of a time, especially early on, and even these past couple years. Once NXT 2.0 kind of came to the fold, NXT UK was still that black and gold NXT type feel. And I know it probably didn't get as much love as it probably should have over here in the States. And in NXT Europe, I don't know exactly what that means, what they're going to do for it. Because you would think that UK, Britain, Wales, Ireland, Scotland, all those, that is a more fruitful place for wrestling. Now, because of NXT UK, the UK indie scene has kind of just fell apart since then, which was maybe or not was the whole reason for NXT UK. But NXT Europe, now they're trying to do the global localization or whatever that's called. That Triple H said years ago. It's coming to fruition with NXT Europe. Maybe it's going to be more of a double A type or international, like NFL Europe. That's kind of where you can put some of the seasoned veterans. You can put some other people out there to get some big time matches in or whatever. I don't know, but
speaking of the whole UK thing, WWE has put on Peacock a WWE Across the Pond section, which this looks fun. UK Rampage 92 and 93. You have Rebellion, Insurrection, Capital Carnage.
Is one night only on there?
Yes. One night only is the first thing that pops up. Battle Royal at the Albert Hall. Oh my God, when was this? 91. Oh boy,
So hop on the Peacock, and you could find all that great stuff from UK WWE wrestling.
Yes, I couldn't find the time that it's gonna start, but I mean it's gonna be interesting, man. Next weekend's gonna be crazy for me. Next weekend's gonna be crazy for the kid. But I'm gonna be here. We're gonna do a lot of recaps. I'm gonna be at a lot of wrestling shows next weekend. Yes, sir.
You're gonna be in Wales, Cardiff.
I know I'm not. Oh Jesus, that's the what is that? The third.
Mm-hmm.
And then hop on a flight and go to Chicago.
I'm gonna be recovering from Big Toko's kickback. Y'all need to slide through. The kickback is about to go down next Friday, September 2nd, Newark Pavilion. Best wrestling is about to be in that building. It's about
AKA the Portuguese Hall.
It's about to go down September 2nd. Y'all need to pull up to the kickback. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shawn Michaels is now the Vice President of Talent Development Creative in WWE.
What does that mean?
It means exactly what
said.
Talent development.
Is that a fancy word for like head of NXT?
No.
Talent development creative. Like, what exactly does that mean?
Basically the head of creative in NXT.
But Papa Trips gets the final write-off.
So he's in charge of developing the talent creatively.
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, like how they talk about Dusty in the promo classes.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically doing that, but along with like coming up with characters and all this other stuff. So he's doing all that, but then Hunter will write off on it. It's crazy, man. These two dudes who I was watching back in '97, causing a
2-year-old.
I was one, but Jesus, how dare you?
Well, not everyone can be as old as me and Brian over here.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I was watching these guys causing a ruckus, and now they're the two most powerful men in wrestling.
You did that.
Who do you guys believe? Do you believe Shawn when he says that he's been in full control of NXT? I don't think Bruce and Vince were booking NXT. I don't believe that at all. No,
no,
what about you, Brandon?
I mean, Vince and Bruce had so much on their plate on the main roster that I don't think they had the time or the energy or really cared enough to book NXT. Now, did they have kind of the big ideas of the talent? Obviously, I think that's more the case. But the day-to-day booking and storylines, like maybe there was some sort of write-off or some sort of influence, but I don't think it was Vince and Bruce doing everything.
All right.
Yeah, because Shawn was doing the NXT UK stuff also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was flying over there and doing that. But hey, man, I'm excited. This is going to be fun.
Can we get Nigel McGuinness back as a commentater over here in the States?
Hey, give it time. Nigel, Morrow, people. You know what?
Where is Nigel? Where is Nigel?
He's on NXT UK.
I thought he was doing
I have an idea.
What also need?
He was doing Level Up.
We need Steve Carino back in the commentary booth. I loved him in ROH, and it's a shame they just have him coaching NXT.
We can throw me a bone.
Yeah.
Or Phillip can go across the pond and do NXT Europe.
Well, I didn't say that.
I'd go over there with you. I can be the Portuguese representative.
Let me call the Carmelo match, man.
Florida man Phillip.
Wait, hey, let's not go back to the Florida days, brother. Much rather go back to when I was in Edna, Texas. Oh man. We're not gonna go there.
Wait, real quick, hold on. I have to say that I watched the Stone Cold Charlotte Broken Skull sessions.
I haven't seen it yet.
They did talk about the moonsault.
I'm a visionary like Seth Rollins.
Oh my god, bro.
Now we got to talk about this moonsault here. WrestleMania 32 in Dallas. It's a great city. You with the corkscrew gimmick, great spot, great spot. Oh, do you think people come here just for the impersonation?
Yeah. I just tuned out right now.
Oh man. Oh, let's move on. So Jeff Jarrett is no longer with WWE again. His role is now gone to Road Dogg.
Nice to see Road Dogg landed on his feet and got a job again once Triple H got power.
Yes,
it's crazy.
The roadie took double J's job. Sheesh.
I mean, this is the roadie's like, you know what? I sang that song. It should be my job. Hey, With My Baby Tonight is an underrated classic. Like, honestly, it should have been on the Billboard charts. I'm going to say it.
Right there with Rap is Crap. Great song. Back in those WCW days.
Oh, geez. Brian, did you have the WCW sneakers from like 99, 2000?
I did not. I actually just saw a picture of these the other day on Twitter, I think.
Yeah, bro, they've been surfacing around. I'm like,
what the fuck is this?
Oh, Jesus. Oh,
I have no idea what you guys are talking about, so I don't have to go find these. Are they fire? Are they fuego?
There's something. Brian, what are your thoughts on Double J losing his job and Road Dogg stepping in?
It's only a matter of time, you know. Triple H getting his troops, his peoples, his best friends, his loved ones, making sure they're good, they're in position. The Road Dogg's been the butt of all the jokes on social media. He's finally got a job. He doesn't have to blow up Papa H's phone anymore. You got the job. Go ahead, take care of the live events, and you'll be good. You're all good to go. I don't have a problem with it. Jeff Jarrett, I kind of didn't even really know that he was in that position until like 2 weeks before SummerSlam. So, yeah.
Yep. Brandon.
I mean, it makes sense. I don't know exactly what the relationship between Jeff Jarrett and Triple H was, going all the way back to like 97 to today. So, there's going to be these types of moves where Triple H is now in power and Stephanie, and they have their own set of people that they're going to put in place. And Jeff Jarrett is just one of many of them that we will see over the course of months and years.
So it come out today. Let's talk about this real quick. That Triple H is not in favor of having part-timers come in. Does this mean we don't get Rock versus Roman?
You have to do that match. There's pretty much the only thing we're really building to, even though they're not building to it. I think if I haven't heard this, but from what that sounds like is him not wanting part-timers to come in and maybe be the main attraction. I think that was always the issue. I had no problem with Goldberg, Undertaker, Brock, and all these people coming in. It's just more the fact of you put them over in favor of the younger talent, and because 10 years from now, Goldberg isn't going to be around. So now you Seth Rollins and Roman and those people have to be the part-timers. Beat them now.
Goldberg will be around. He just won't be wrestling.
You know what I mean, okay?
Jesus, hey, guy. Oh, God. But yeah, no, it's interesting. It's we're living in a different time. We're living in a different time. The quality of matches is different, and they've kind of done away with the multiple rapid cuts, and like that shot of KO and the frog splash, beautiful. Man. Normally that would have been a cut, But yeah. October 18th of this year, coming up here in a few weeks. AEW is going to go head-to-head with NXT 2.0 because of the some playoffs, right? Yeah, what's going on?
The baseball playoffs?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, no big deal.
No.
Wow.
It's going to be a great time. October is the greatest month of all the months.
Is it really?
It is the
Halloween?
Well, it's more the playoff baseball, start of football, get some basketball thrown in there. It's the greatest sports month. Is October.
I kind of have a feeling that NXT 2.0 is going to be getting repackaged along with NXT
3.0.
But they just repackaged.
I know, but what I mean by that, maybe not from a 2.0 or anything like that, but I'm saying as far as the creative and the quality of matches, I think we're going to start really seeing Triple H's influence on NXT again. Maybe not to the fullest, right? Because he's got Raw and SmackDown, but this week's episode of NXT, I felt just a little bit different.
Okay.
It was a little more serious. It was a little more let's start building to this stuff, you know?
All right.
But when it comes to the wrestling, I don't think with the talent, with the roster they have, you can have those longer matches like you had back in the black and gold days, unless we start seeing more indie talents being signed.
It depends who's in the ring, like Carmelo.
Not Lash Legend.
Carmelo. Hey. You get in there. What would you say?
I'm not saying I could go in there and have a 10-minute match, and I don't think Lash Legend can either.
Wow.
I think they got some really talented people there. Right now, they just got to be presented well. Like no one cares about them because, you know.
And Tiffany Stratton, she shouldn't be there either. 10 minutes, even though she's talented. I just don't want to,
good.
Point out I don't want to be called, just because I'm pointing out a certain. Somebody, people come after me. So, I'm just playing both sides right now.
I mean, no, there are talents they can do.
And Wendy Chu and what's her face from Legado del Fantasma. I'm just covering everybody.
Wow. He hit all the races.
Yep.
See what he did there? Wow.
Yikes.
Yeah.
And Indy Hartwell.
Hey,
the Kiwis out there too.
We know, absolutely not. You leave Indy.
Shout out Index. Index is back together, but then apart for now.
You leave Indy Hartwell alone, damn it.
This is the way.
You think Indy's days in NXT are over with now?
Oh no, we'll see. Go to SmackDown. Drew attacks Roman. He got his hands on the tribal chief.
That's what happens when the Usos get held up at the border. A couple DUIs will do that to you. And
you hear that, people? Don't drink and drive.
Okay.
Is it me?
No.
Or does Roman Reigns, when he's without the Usos and Paul Heyman, seem in a way more vulnerable, right? Like
yes,
but at the same time, he's more vicious, like because he knows he's got to fend for himself. Yes. He starts talking, and it reminds you, oh, wait a minute, this is God mode. This is the head of the table right here. Yes. We're talking about. He ain't scared.
When a lion does not have his pack, that is when he is most dangerous. Come on, y'all.
Yes.
Come on, y'all.
He didn't back down from Drew, not one bit.
Man, Drew, you better calm down, Drew. Roman gonna fly over to Cardiff, and he gonna smash you in front of your home people. He's gonna raise that one in the air. $10 million of pyro's gonna go off. Then he's gonna go back to the island of relevancy,
and he's gonna get $10 million paycheck.
It's a little more than that, brother.
Down payment.
Yeah. He gonna raise both of them championships over his head. Yep.
And then Austin Theory comes in, he just whacks him like a fly. Get out of here.
No, Austin. We don't need Theory for that one. Theory can wrestle Gargano.
And then lose again.
Hey, it's okay. Outside the ring, the CM Punk rumors. Or should we save the CM Punk rumors for when we talk about Dynamite?
Yeah.
There's just a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, we'll do that. Quickly to Neil Dashwood, Emelina, remember her? She has left Impact. I liked Emma. I like the character she was doing after the Emelina bit. I was a fan. Maybe she comes back. I'm not opposed to that. I want to do a thing where we do a bonus podcast and we write down certain names that we want to see back. I think that would be interesting to see, or interesting for us to do. I think we're gonna do that at some point.
Well, since No Way Jose isn't competing in the G1 Climax anytime soon, maybe he can come back.
Oh yeah, you did say some wild stuff like that back then.
Talking about.
Remember you bet the house on it.
I didn't bet the house. I was just like,
you bet the house.
It was more like a sprinkle. Like I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if you're going, if you're going to put some money, if you're going to put some money down.
that he was
if
going to
you
be
want to
in
put
the
some money,
G1.
a little
Man,
long shot sprinkle, plus 500 for No Way Jose to be in the G1.
bro. No.
No way, Jose was on AEW Dark.
Yeah, and I heard some things happen.
That's one step closer to G1. We don't
it-
need to talk about him using another person's plane ticket to fly out to AEW, but it's okay.
Oh,
Yeah, let's not do that. Good Brothers could be close to exiting Impact. Where do they go? Where do they go?
Maybe they make a,
Have an actual run in AEW?
or they can just be in New Japan more. Not exactly Japan, New Japan, but they can be in New Japan Strong.
Oh yeah, they got those New Japan Strong tag titles now. That's interesting.
Which
someone on
made an
Twitter
appearance
said
on AEW
the
World Titles.
Judgment Day.
If you believe yourself, yeah,
You're not the one who's supposed to sing around here, Phillip. You do
Hey,
the impersonations. Brian sings.
I mean,
the
but
Good
I sing.
Brothers, the Good Brothers. I think it's a wrap on that.
Oh, like, as competitors or just
Yeah, there's nothing that they can do. I think they're Enzo and Cass level done.
hell? I see them coming back. I see Enzo and Cass coming back. I do, bruh. And you know, there's gonna be a pop if they do. We all know that. We
Got
all
to take place in Barclays.
exactly. It would have to take place in a Barclays.
Now, that's happened in the Staples Center, so then Enzo could be in the front row, hop the barricade, and then he does his thing.
Oh yeah, you were there for that. That's right. That's right.
It's good times. Those
It's not the
idiots were
Staples
cheering
Center
for him.
anymore. It's the what is it? What's the name?
Crypto.com Arena.
That makes no sense.
That's why it's a Staples Center.
Yep. Zac Efron is going to be playing Kevin Von Erich in this Von Erich's movie. They've officially released his role. Yeah. Okay. I'm down for it.
Good for him.
Who's playing Carrie? Who's playing David? Who's playing the dad? Like, I want to know these things.
Me. I'm playing them all.
That's
Doing a Eddie Murphy.
doing
Shtick.
Eddie Murphy and Tyler Perry.
Yep. It's gonna play them all.
Okay. Inside the ring, Titus Alexander wins the West Coast Cup. Man, hey Scott, you did your thing with that show, brother. Man, that thing was nice. I was there for both nights. Zoe versus Masha Slamovich. Man, you had D-Rogue versus Starboy Charlie. It was Alan Angels versus Levi Shapiro because Davey Richards was unable to attend. Man,
I almost filled out my bracket.
oh, that thing. And then night 2, my favorite match night 2 wasn't the final was Starboy Charlie and Titus Alexander, which that's beautiful because they have a thing going on. But that Nick Wayne Titus Alexander match, Titus got busted open. Yeah, that was it. That was the one. That was the one for night 2. Night 1, the Big Oos wrestled Mike Bailey for the West Coast Pro title. That was tight. But man, Titus winning the West Coast Cup, he has an opportunity at I think their October show to face the champion, and then he also has a spot at the King of Indies. So there was a lot at stake with that cup. I loved it, man. It was great. I love a tournament. I love a good tournament.
It sounded like it was a hell of a time. I know a lot of people out there might know who like Nick Wayne and Starboy Charlie is. But, Titus Alexander. I know we kind of say him a lot, but I think people should go and recognize that he's one of those other guys that might be a name, kind of like Jungle Boy will be in a couple of years.
And he's only like 21, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. Come on, man. Come on. This day in wrestling, the first SmackDown was taped on this day in 1999. And happy birthday to the man that used to be the chairman of the board.
Still owns the company.
Still owns the company. Vincent Kennedy McMahon, 78 years of age.
What do you think Vince McMahon is doing on his birthday? His first birthday in 40 years where he doesn't have to worry about a multi-million billion-dollar corporation.
That's
Working out.
Yeah, that's Vince is going to be jacked galore now. Like that's probably all he's going to actually have time to sleep now. That's
he's
crazy.
just gonna be in like a week-long slumber. He's just not gonna leave his bed.
That's crazy, bro. Could you imagine like going that hard for 4+ decades and then abruptly like you don't do it anymore. And like, I hear like when like you have a drastic change like that, or you just stop, like your body like reacts differently to things or something like that.
Yeah, not to be morbid or anything, but sometimes when you get a drastic change like that, sometimes, as you said, some things can happen.
But Vince is he's a genetic freak. So
Genetic jackhammer,
yes.
which maybe we shouldn't call him.
How long before we hear "No Chance in Hell" on WWE TV again?
2024.
Oh no.
Maybe maybe his 80th birthday. We'll see him in 2 years.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 40, maybe.
Yeah, welcome to WrestleMania. Yeah, yeah. There we go. I'd love it. Let's get the fan mail, guys. Let's get through this. All right, let's see. Fan mail. Everybody loves fan mail. Who do you 420? Holy moly, Johnny Takeover is back, Hunter. Thank you, you wonderful man. Oh, all right. Let's see what else we got here. Jack of all trades. With all the changes happening in WWE, how will they book the Roman Reigns loss? Who is going to be made by dethroning the tribal chief?
This is hard, man.
It's hard. It's hard now. It is hard now
because it's a whole completely different game.
Cody,
when you got guys like Cody, Cross, Drew.
I think Cross, whenever they do Roman Cross, like Cross is gonna lose. That's what I believe. But I think he'll come out of that stronger by being the guy that came potentially close to ending the run of Roman.
Really? You think?
Because remember when the streak was a thing and guys they didn't beat it, but the person that came closer and closer, they were kind of made off of that loss. Like Randy Orton, he was close, but he lost and he went on to have a pretty decent career, I'd say.
You know what though? I think there's a reason why Cross is targeting McIntyre more than Roman at this point. Like his focus seems to be more on McIntyre than anybody, right?
Yeah.
But I think
maybe it's time for the chosen one to fall and pray.
I love it.
I can see Cross cutting a promo like you were chosen, I wasn't. Like something like that, man.
He did.
Yeah.
He's been saying it for a few weeks. And listen, let me tell you something. If there's anybody in the perfect position, I think, to take the championships away from Roman Reigns, and it's Karrion Kross. But I understand it might not be time. It might not.
No, they're gonna split them. I think they have to split them.
Do you think they split them?
No, Roman keeps the Universal because that's the story. He returned 2 years ago yesterday. So this whole thing's we're coming up on in a few days, however many days of him being champion for 2 years.
So when do you think they split them? Do you think they split them before Survivor Series or after?
I don't know, but the way they do it, I keep bringing up WrestleMania 2000, Jericho, Benoit, and Angle, the Euro-Continental thing. One falls for one falls for the other. That's literally the only way you can do this without Roman taking a pin.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think the big underlying factor is still and will be The Rock for a long time, because I know it doesn't need the titles, but if you're going to have that match, Roman's had that belt for so long. He needs to have the titles. I don't see Killer Kross as being that guy. It's Cody.
I think Roman's at a point where he can main event both nights of WrestleMania.
Well, that's the other thing. You can do 2 nights, Roman 1, and then or Rock, then Roman. Cody, if you want, Cody can have a match night 1, 2, so it's not unfair. But
no, but I think Roman main events both nights.
Whose championship do you have Austin Theory spoil? Whose championship match? Who's win?
He spoils Cody's. He spoils Cody's. Cody finally gets it, and then Theory, and then he takes the selfie, and that's how WrestleMania goes on. Oh, Hunter, let me come right. Give me the book. Oh, man, I can see it, bro. like the Michael Cole doing great Michael Cole work. This is despicable, or something like that. Maybe Pat McAfee has a quick liner before it goes off. Man, these are exciting times, brother. These are exciting times. Dan says, I saw Phillip got to hang out with the Juice. That's awesome, man. Love everything you're doing. Thanks, brother. Hoovie's great. Robert Walker, you guys got Thunder Rosa. That's huge. Congrats, guys. Thunder was great. Alfie Lewis, Phillip and Tronic with the impressions was funny as hell. That's what we do here, man. That's what we do here.
All I got is Danhausen. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, that's gonna need to stop. All that housenness is gonna have to stop.
No swearing.
Give
Give me all your monies.
the monies, yeah. In Brightest Day X. I'm
Mr.
waiting.
X.
Yeah, I was waiting on the gimmick. Jesus. He says,
Pause for dramatic effect.
I love how KO has gone old school with his look and attitude with his resurgence. Dolph having somewhat of a resurgence as well. Ciampa starting to catch on. Not to mention the return of Johnny Wrestling. WWE is finally starting to build up talent that deserve it. Or is WWE finally starting to build up talent that deserve it? I think it's still too early. It's still too early to see any of that.
I think WWE is in a really good place right now. It's still a little bit too early to, anoint Triple H as this genius. And, thank God Vince is out because Triple H is saving us all. But we're definitely week by week, we're like, there's good steps and we're seeing changes, little changes here and there. And I'm thoroughly enjoying WWE a lot more. I know I still will watch it back with the Vince era, but I've liked it not substantially more, but it's getting better, and I like the direction they're going.
It's always been better.
So, okay, can I ask you something, Brandon, real quick? What is missing for you? Like, what's that little part that might be missing for you from WWE TV?
Well, I think they are addressing it, and it is kind of like they're not so polished because I make fun of the cult speak and I make fun of, they have to say all their buzzwords and do all that stuff, and they still say them occasionally, but it doesn't feel as forced as it is. And because of what they've done to the talent for so long, it's like there's not like a true big time dream match and like big time feel outside of Roman. Like Roman is like his own thing right now,
right?
But they need to do things with everybody else to kind of build them up. And as we see, like with Kevin Owens, just a complete repackaging, going back to his roots, we're seeing him possibly could be something. I keep saying when he debuted, which I think, my God, we've been on the air for that long that we talked about this, but I mean, Kevin Owens, I thought he was like a world changer. And now he has the Vince quote unquote stink on him still, but I still think he's talented enough that you get something out of him.
Yeah. I mean, going back to the cult speak, like I've never really had a problem with it, man. I know other people do, but I'm like this is just
it just makes it seem so
do.
it just makes it so fake. That's the thing. It's like, oh, okay.
I don't think so. Like the WWE universe, those are their fans. The Warriors, the Dub Nation, those are their fans.
Yeah, but you don't hear Steph Curry in an interview always saying Dub Nation because he's supposed to say that. And if he doesn't say it, Steve Kerr, Joe Lacob is going to yell at him once he gets to the locker room.
I believe that's true. I think that happens.
Okay.
I think that happens. Maybe it's about branding. Like we've heard the stories of Vince wanting it to be a brand, so that's just the way that the dude was wired. And
most stupendous two-night WrestleMania in all of history.
Yeah, stupendous. It's a great word. It's so great. Biggie used it in Big Papa. I don't know what you want. Like, what's wrong?
WrestleMania next year is legit. WrestleMania goes Hollywood.
Yes, it is.
I need those trailers again. I need them to, act out some famous trailers, some famous movies. I need that.
Yes. Let's see. Here's a question about NXT Europe. What are the expectations for NXT Europe? Will they have new titles, or will the unified NXT and NXT UK titles be the main prize for the new brand? Far as titles, bring back the European title. Call it a day.
Like, what is NXT Europe? Is it a new show? Is it
Yeah, I think it's going to be a show. On the bright side, with the unification, less titles.
That's always a positive for you, boy.
Yep. Tight. And then he also goes on to say FTR is probably the hottest team in wrestling today. Do you think if they had the chance, would they go back to WWE under Triple H's direction and gain the notoriety they deserve when they originally came up from NXT?
I think it's the case for almost like everybody outside of WWE. Triple H coming in makes their likelihood to go into WWE like rise, just because Vince was always that one person. Like, okay, yeah, WWE is the bigger brand, but you have to deal with Vince and you have to deal with his stuff. Now Triple H has the positive rep, especially with like a lot of those guys from NXT. They will go. They feel like they can go back, and they're not going to get shafted, and they're going to have to, put on clown suits and wrestle whatever FTR were supposed to do before they left.
I think all those dreams that everybody had, because I mean, if you're a fan of wrestling, almost everybody has that one dream of one day wrestling at WrestleMania, right? I'd like to think so. So I mean, this is a big, opens up a big window now for a lot of people who used to be there or who may have never stepped foot in WWE for many reasons, Vince being one of the big ones, to say, hey, you know what? Maybe this is my chance to wrestle at WrestleMania now and actually be taken serious and be able to do some cool things that I've always wanted to do. It's possible. Anything's possible.
Anything is possible if you just believe. Remember that guy? Yeah. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw. The Rebel Heart is back. I saw him at Stockton Con a few weeks before this. He said nice shirt to Brandon because he was wearing a Candice LeRae shirt. Johnny Wrestling,
Pixie, shout out.
Yes, Johnny Wrestling is back, and he showed up in the six. In the six? What? Come on, bro.
Brandon, you're goated for that, by the way. Who just has a Candice LeRae t-shirt, right? Brandon does. Wanna know why? He's a goat.
I have one, but I can't wear it in public.
It might be a world's cutest tag team shirt. Basically, the reason is my boy Dominic, shout out Curveballs and Chair Shots. I got him a Shotzi thing, and I was like, you know what? I want to buy something. Who else should I? What's something that I don't have that I should buy? And I was like, you know what? I'll buy a Candice LeRae shirt. It might not be the best shirt in the world. It's a cupcake, and it says pint-sized pixie as a 28-year-old man. I don't know if people are looking at me when they see me wear that, but I don't care. Johnny Gargano liked it. He might be the only person in that entire Stockton arena that actually knew that was a Candice LeRae shirt.
That's amazing.
I knew.
After I told you.
You can look at it and see. What do you mean?
I mean, there's a tiny bubble gum candy thing in the back of my head that says Candice LeRae. If you just looked at it, it was just a cupcake with pint-sized pixie on it, which maybe you can go grab it on clearance or something. I don't go in WWE shops, so I don't know what they have in sale anymore.
Guys, what are y'all? What are y'all thoughts? He's back. He waited. Hey, people, have you seen Twitter? They're like, oh, I bet Adam Cole and them feel real dumb right now. I'm like, oh man, Twitter's wilded with this one.
Listen, I'm not gonna say that this was CM Punk returning to wrestling after 7 years levels big, right? But I think the way it was done, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. That's what it's all about. I legit have my TV on mute for a second because I was playing a video game at the same time. I was trying out a video game, and then I unmuted, and then boom, Johnny Gargano showing up on Raw out of nowhere. I was excited.
It was an actual surprise.
Randomly, after a commercial break in the middle of the third hour of Raw, Johnny Gargano's song plays, and they scared the hell out of me with his Titantron. Just said Gargano, and I was like, oh god, we're gonna get Ciampa and Gargano. They're gonna chop their first names off. But you know what he said? If you don't know who I am, I'm Johnny Gargano, and I was so happy. He got his name. He has both his names. I'm happy. I'm a
mean,
big
I'm
Johnny
not-
Gargano fan.
I'm not opposed to it, man. Chomp, Gargano, those are some badass names.
You can call him Ciampa and Gargano, but could we at least still have it on the birth certificate that their name's Johnny and
like
Tommaso?
as a commentator, I mainly just say the last name anyway.
Which I'm perfectly fine with, but we can just still have the first name there.
Can we get Johnny Wrestling versus Big Match John? Can we get that? Is it possible?
Anything's possible, according to Kevin Garnett. But
Anything's possible.
man, I need Gargano versus Seth real quick.
Gargano versus Garnett to make it happen.
I need
in Boston.
Who else do I need? I need Gargano versus a lot of people.
You know what hit different for me was when Gargano made his way to the ring and he stopped at the steel steps and he looked right at the camera and said, "I missed you guys." Vince was probably fuming.
You're not supposed to look at the camera. The camera's not there.
Well, no, that's not how it goes.
Back to the dream matches.
You can
Heel
look at
Kevin
the-
Owens, babyface Johnny Gargano. Good Lord, take my money now.
I need him and Rollins. Need him and Rollins to run it real quick.
Matt Riddle. Sorry, Riddle.
I need him and AJ.
I know this might be a long shot.
Let me get
but
him.
Honestly,
in last.
Johnny Gargano as a babyface, so they can build him up to WrestleMania 40 against Roman Reigns if he's still the champion. Like that could be something because Johnny doesn't have the stink on him. You can really build him up. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm just saying Johnny as an underdog babyface going up against the killer god Roman. That's a hell of a match.
Can I get Johnny versus Gunther, bro?
I'm sure he would love that.
Man, can I get him versus him and Randy when Randy?
Gargano and Sheamus.
It's a shame for Pain. And that boy Sheamus has been posting his belt case. That boy, he wants an Intercontinental title.
It does.
It's the last one. I've always thought Sheamus would make a great Intercontinental champion.
I'm surprised he hasn't won that yet.
I know a couple U.S. title runs, a couple World Championship runs, hella tag title runs. That's what's up, bro. I'm excited. Edge defeated Damian Priest in a fun main event to me. I enjoyed this. We were in Toronto. They were going crazy. Like when the Raptors won the championship, it's just going crazy.
We don't need to talk about that.
We do need to talk
No, we
about
don't.
that.
No, we don't.
Only in the sixth, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
That's okay. As defending champion Golden State Warriors, I don't think they care too much.
I mean,
Still a soft spot.
oh,
it's
you're
okay,
a member
you know.
of the Dub Nation.
Klay Thompson blew out his Achilles. Kevin Durant blew out his knee.
All
or
I'm hearing
whatever.
are excuses.
Well, shout out
If it was really that great, they would have pulled it through.
shout out Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard was just on another level then.
That's what I'm saying.
Can you name
was
anybody
on-
on that Toronto Raptors team, Phil, that you're a big fan of?
Oh, of course. Of course. There's a dude named my mic is messing up. So hold on. What's up with the Edge and Damian Priest match? How y'all feel?
I love the Judgment Day. I love Damian Priest. Edge and Priest was a really good Raw main event. I thought it wasn't like special or crazy or anything like that, but it was. Look, man, Triple H and what he's doing and how he's doing it, and whoever is booking and allowing whatever the wrestlers are able to do now in WWE, he's restoring that feeling. Like the third hour of Raw, even though it's a little tough to sit through 3 hours of Monday Night Raw, still even now, he's restoring that feeling. Like he's making you tune in and be excited about what's going on. So I thought the match was good. Edge and Priest killed it.
Yeah, match was fine. Hot crowd, as hot as they can be in the third hour of a Raw.
Mm-hmm.
But Edge was there. Beth was at ringside, and they, Beth comes in. For some reason she doesn't save Edge during the concerto, but she saves him after all the beatdowns happen. But Should be fun. The match was fine. I thought they were going to set up a mixed tag match with Beth and Finn or Damien, whoever, and Rhea, but it looks as though, according to spoilers from a poster, that it's just going to be a 6-man with the whatchamacallit, with the Mysterios, but it should be fun. Or a tag, I don't know. Is Rhea going to be a part of that?
I don't
Who
know.
knows?
Can we
Who
get
cares?
Can we get Scotty Barnes out there?
Sure, why not?
There you go. Shout out to the small forward, baby.
Not Fred Van Fleet or Kyle Lowry.
I don't know, Ron Harper Jr. No,
None of those guys. Okay.
well, those guys.
Yeah.
That's Scotty Barnes.
Edge and Priest was fun, man. The 6 was hot. This is how we do it up there, man.
Shout out Edge with the Toronto or the Canadian get up, looking like Trish Stratus at WrestleMania 18.
Oh, it's time to rock and roll. Trish was on Raw. Hey now.
See what it did there?
Hey now. You're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play. Okay, you don't need to do that. That didn't need to happen. Yeah, Trish Stratus was on Raw, in a segment with Damage Control. That's Bailey's group's name. And
CTRL. Damage Control.
And the EST of WWE. Yep. Thoughts on Trish being on Monday Night Raw?
It was fine, Trish doing a thing, cutting promo. Nothing. No one got hurt, so we can ask for.
I think the difference here with Trish is that she sounded, good. Like she didn't sound forced or anything. She didn't do too much. She didn't say too much, but it sounded believable. She sounded believable, and it's all you can ask for from a legend or someone coming back. She sounded like she watches the product.
Of course.
Right? She was
Jerry
very aware
Lawler
of what's been going on.
Leave Jerry Lawler alone.
So I'll say thank you, Trish.
Thank you, Trish. KO defeated Chad Gable in a great match.
He took some bumps too. KO took some bumps.
That boy was bumping. He be bumping. Little key bump.
Oh.
Key bump of ice cream. You never had a key bump of ice cream?
Oh.
Like it's late night, like
ice cream bars?
No. You want something sweet, just like a little bit. So you get the spoon, just a little key bump.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've done the key bump of peanut butter. Don't get me wrong.
Thought we were talking about cocaine.
No.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Whoa. Well, we're brand ambassadors now. Stop.
Use code BulletCast at SeatGeek. Save $20 off your first purchase.
Yes. Somebody's already used the code.
Good job, everybody.
Whoever it was, thank you.
Good job, Phillip.
Okay.
It wasn't me.
Good job, Phillip's. Good job, Phillip's mom.
But my mom don't know how to use that. No, absolutely not.
Which means now she can if she uses code BulletCast.
Yes.
SeatGeek, get $20 off her first purchase.
All caps, baby. All caps. Damage Control defeats Asuka and Alexa. Yeah.
They were holding back a little bit in this match.
They were. They're saving it for Cardiff.
Mm-hmm.
They're saving it for Cardiff.
Yeah. The Asuka EO stuff was fun. Surprised we haven't gotten that yet.
I'll say that ever since Triple H took over, you notice the difference between the girls in WWE who can actually go and the ones who can't.
Well, yeah.
Well, good thing all 4 of these can go, especially Alexa Bliss.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the Sparkle Splash.
Yes.
Forever the Sparkle Splash.
Yes.
Is Lily here to stay or is she gone? What? I'm confused.
Can we just go back to 5 Feet of Fury, Alexa Bliss? Honestly,
I like her new theme song.
I missed the old one.
She loves it. She sings it every time she comes down the aisle.
Well,
when a wrestler sings their own theme, that means they love it.
Get Bowling for Soup to do her theme song. She's a big Bowling for Soup girl.
Didn't they have a song called Alexa Bliss?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go over to AEW, guys. There was a meeting held before the show. Oh boy.
Those always turn out well, right, Phillip?
Oh, Jesus.
You always you always do a meeting before a show because something good happened,
Where let me go to these quotes, man.
not because the locker room might be in turmoil
Let's see.
or the company dynamic or power dynamic is all off and no one knows what to do in case there's a problem.
In disarray. None of that.
No, of course not. No.
None of that's going on. Let's see.
I mean, last time WWE held a company meeting or talent meeting was when their CEO was being investigated for sexual assault. So,
allegedly.
Allegedly, of course, yes.
Allegedly.
Even though the payments are not allegedly.
Allegedly.
They were in the financial reports.
That took what 15 years to find. Still doesn't make sense to me. But that's not what we're talking about.
I know 2019 was 15 years ago.
No, we're not even we're talking about the stuff from like 06 or whatever. That's what I'm talking about. So anyway, so
Shout on thug. It started with a hug.
oh Jesus Christ! So I guess Tony Khan made it clear that he has sent a message to WWE, Nick Khan, and Stephanie McMahon, wanting them to not tamper with his talent. That boy, mad, huh?
He said, "Don't do it. Don't do it."
Hey, that sounds like he's scared.
That does also open. That also
does sound like he's scared.
That opens them up for litigation as a publicly traded company that might be in some hot water right now with some financial issues. I don't think a tampering lawsuit would be another good look for them.
I mean, what were they trying to sign members of his roster? Or I mean, they used to work in WWE, so maybe it was just hey, I haven't talked to you in a while. How you doing? Maybe they're just talking about family life.
That's not tampering.
That's not tampering.
I'm not a legal expert, and I'm not exactly going to sit here and say WWE needs to be burnt at the stake. But even just saying like, oh, how many years you got left on that contract, buddy? If you want to come over, we're here for you. It doesn't take much to tamper. That's all I'm saying.
I think Papa H might have got ahead of himself and reached out. Oops. My bad.
He was just checking up on Adam Cole to see what his recovery's been.
You mean the guy that is credited as being the cerebral assassin and the game was doing just that, playing the game? No, really? TK, look, man. I don't think there's no war. We know there's no war. But I mean, Trips isn't stupid. He knew exactly what he was doing. You're gonna watch all these guys get booked a certain way, and just people are gonna be going crazy, and then you're gonna have guys who left the company and signed over with AEW sitting there maybe like, dang, maybe I shouldn't have signed here. Maybe I should go back. He doesn't have to call. Let the product speak for itself. He doesn't have to call. What did Usher say? You don't have to call. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Product gonna be speaking.
Man, yes. But
I do think that Swerve and Adam Cole, and I do think they're happy. So people on Twitter, stop it. Okay, they're happy where they're at.
How come the internet hates Adam Cole now? Why does the internet hate Adam Cole now? I don't get it.
Well, they loved him when he was in WWE.
And now he's in AEW. Now he's just a fat slob who can't work, apparently.
That joke's been going on since the PWG days. They forgot about it when he was in NXT having some of the greatest matches I've ever seen.
Okay. Yeah.
Being able to stream on Twitch and WWE is also another game changer. So, Tony Khan, you might want to watch out. Okay, lock your roster up.
Probably they're locked up for 5 to 7 years.
Yikes!
Not MJF.
Yeah, could you, bro?
Did not see him today, even though people were speculating.
What if
I saw those signs?
What if that man shows up randomly on a Raw, just like Johnny Gargano did? Could you imagine? That'd be crazy.
in Long Island.
When are they in? When are they in Long Island?
What if that was MJF's music that hit on Raw? You think it would have hit?
Like a little,
Like
like a little. Obviously, they got a doctor. They got a doctorate, but then it just says MJF, and you're like, no, no. And then it's him, and you're like, oh my god. Hey, I need somebody to debut in Raw's in San Jose. I'll be there. I need somebody to debut that night, bro. I'm trying to lose my ish.
They steal Powerhouse Hobbs and Jungle Boy.
Bet, bro. Bet. Let's do
you
it.
guys interested in um, Bronson Reed coming back?
I like Bronson. I'm a fan.
Jonah had a pretty good G1. He beat Okada, so it looks as though he's going to be a big deal over in Japan right now. So I don't think he's going nowhere.
He's making a little name for himself. Let's talk about Jericho and Danielson. It's been made official for All Out. Daniel Garcia was out there. They were arguing if he's a pro wrestler or a sports entertainer. Yeah,
This is random. I mean, it's not.
I'm
because
I'm
of the
here
story,
for it.
but
And the
it's just-
graphics said Lionheart Chris Jericho. Oh.
Brian Danielson calling him Daniel Bryan Danielson, messing up on his own name.
But what about what's supposed to be special about this version of the Lionheart when we just got Lionheart a couple weeks ago?
The fact that he hasn't done it in like 25 years. I guess that's what's special about it.
25 days.
25 days. He just did it like a couple weeks ago.
No, like this run of the Lionheart.
Oh, okay. So he's still on the run as the Lionheart. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
But I
get
don't
it.
really think people care about the Lionheart.
They
Like I think like if he were to come back,
they popped. When he came out with the ECW music, yeah, people popped for it.
like it's like cool, but I think it'd be more. There would be more nostalgia for him being like Y2J or like that type.
Well, we know we can't do that.
I don't know. He has like 1,000 nicknames. Just like say one of those nicknames and people know what that means.
Yes, the American Dragon versus the Ayatollah of rock and roll.
Yep.
He could be Y2K, Chris Jericho.
We absolutely can't do that. What is the K gonna stand for?
Knockout.
Career, baby.
I mean, you know what Y2J stands for.
You're too jealous of Chris Jericho.
No, it means you're too Jericho. What are you talking about?
We're in 2022. He can do like some sort of like 2022 save us thing.
Can we just run back the list? I guess. Like, I don't know what else we're doing, guys. But I'm excited for Jericho versus Danielson. It's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. I didn't. Then when I turned it on, I see Thunder Rosa has to step down as women's champion.
It's your fault.
Phillip, what did you do to her?
I didn't do anything.
It's your fault.
This is not me. When I'm around, good things happen. Let's not start that.
Phillip, I'm sorry, man.
I mean, I got Johnny Gargano back on WWE TV. I don't know what y'all talking about. I gave him a sub. Boom. Sometimes that's all it takes. But yeah, no. So we're gonna have an interim champion. It's gonna be Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida, Tony Storm, and Jamie Hayter.
Good job.
Yes. A fatal 4-way. But if you want to see a more unique fatal 4-way, come out September 2nd. Big Toko's kickback, the 4-way fade. Fans bring weapons. It's about to be crazy.
Are we getting another Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa match, guys?
I'd like to tell you, but you didn't want to talk about Britt Baker in the interview.
Oh.
I shocked the world and put it on Jamie Hayter. Why not?
I feel like Britt Baker is like so cold right now. She hasn't done anything.
Yeah, put it on.
Like,
I guess Tony's winning it.
Even back to like Double or Nothing when she won the Owen Cup, like no one really cared.
I forgot that even happened.
Exactly.
Oh God!
But thank God, her and Cole aren't still walking around with those pink titles.
Jesus Christ! I forgot that even happened. Oh man! That's bad. Yo, Colton Gunn defeated Daddy Ass.
As he should. As he should. I was scared because Daddy Ass has gotten some wins against some name talent, but Colton gets the win. It looks like the Guns are going to be with Stokely.
I mean, pairing one of them's a racist, and they paired him with a black guy.
Oh,
they're trying to mend
Wait, which one of them
fences.
like tweeted out the N word? All
I
those
think
years
it's the other one.
I think
The
it's
shorter
Colton.
one.
I think no, it's Colton. It is
No.
Colton because I was like Colt 45.
I think it was Austin.
No, it's Colton, bro.
It was Colton for real.
I remember this because I'm like, what Colton? It finishes Colt 45. That's kind of cool, but I don't want to like it because, well, you know.
And I'm pretty sure it was Austin. I'm pretty sure it's the one that raps.
Really?
Let's see. I'm on Wikipedia. Let's see who's the racist. Who's the racist?
I don't think Wikipedia is gonna. They might. They might. Let's
Can't
not
really
just
can't
throw
really
out
find anything.
the R word like that. Just he.
Well, you're the one that started the R word.
I know. I did. Let's backtrack on that. He tweeted out a slur. There we go. The one that tweeted out a slur. I don't know. I don't know if you ever find that. But yeah, the Acclaimed, and then they have a little segment with Swerve and Mark Glory. It's gonna be fun. Moxley's the undisputed, or no, hold on. Britt Baker defeats Kylie King pretty quick. Hikaru Shida runs out there. Tony Storm, all that, yada yada yada. Moxley's the undisputed champion in like 3 minutes. What are we doing?
It was Austin Gunn back in 2013. They were old tweets.
Okay, it was Austin Gunn. Thank you.
Okay, back to it. Unification bout between CM Punk and Jon Moxley. Absolutely zero hype for this. No video package, no nothing. Just throwing it on in the middle of the show.
Not even your main event.
Not even the main event. And they outright said the main event was a 6-man tag.
So
when you have a unification match.
Does it mean Tony Khan doesn't care about the championship? That's obviously that's what it sounds like to me. The title's supposed to go on last.
Yeah, I didn't like that. We'll talk about the match itself, but I didn't like the build. I loved the promo last week. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I thought you could have done way more. Not even like new promos. You can do just a hype package. Put this match on last, and maybe you do like a little bit of an overrun or something. Because I know I think this should have been the main event. And that 6-man was an absolute insane match. But they're going to have a 2-minute match, so you don't need to worry about the crowd being dead for this. And I think a 2-minute match is going to pop the crowd. You can still do a Jon Moxley promo after the fact. He can say the exact same thing he said in the show. I think that this title match should have been on last.
It should have been on the pay-per-view. It should have been on the pay-per-view. So what are we doing for the pay-per-view now? What's the main event now? Is Moxley even going to wrestle on the pay-per-view? Punk's apparently hurt or whatever was going on. And let's talk about the Punk rumors and all that. So apparently last week, there's no real script in AEW, but like he took shots at Hangman and Hangman wasn't there or whatever. And then there are the rumors of CM Punk being unhappy. Now Punk has come out and said that his shots at Hangman were a work and that he's very happy in AEW. What are your thoughts on all this, Brian?
I'm sorry. I was reading the drama going on. Apparently, Eddie Kingston and Sammy Guevara has been pulled from All Out because they got some heat with each other. I'm seeing Eddie Kingston possibly suspended for really beating up Sammy Guevara.
Eddie Kingston has heat with everybody.
Yeah. So
thoughts on the CM Punk drama and the shots at Hangman?
Okay, so CM Punk came back swinging, right? The promo was great. I actually thought the whole Hangman thing was actually part of the show versus when him and Moxley started getting into it. I thought that was some real heat. I was like, yo, like, are they gonna take each other's heads off? But listen, man, this whole thing is a mess. I don't know what to believe. I don't know how to feel. Everything's kind of just out of nowhere. And so, yeah, I mean, that's what CM Punk will do to you, I guess, right? He's got that kind of reputation, you know.
He does. He does. He does. He does.
Chaotic.
Brandon, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I said it last week that I thought that little jab at Hangman was just so weird and unnecessary and just counterproductive. Didn't need to happen, and that was before we found out that it was off script or there's heat or whatever the case may be.
But here's the thing. So apparently, Hangman was upset that he had to drop the title to Punk, and he voiced his opinions, and then all that got back to Punk, and then he was upset, that Punk just got hurt after beating him for the championship.
And I also heard, my boy Whit Keller said that maybe some of the AEW drama has been blown out of proportion a little bit. Not saying there is any drama, but to Brian's point, CM Punk, there seems to be a track record. And I know, he's one of my favorites. I love him, but there does seem to be a track record. And even like we see this in promos with Hangman Adam Page, John Cena, Triple H, like we're seeing the memes go around. And it's like, CM Punk portrays himself as one way, but then he does some other things that might not be. He says he's the voice, the voiceless or whatever, but then sometimes he's a little too selfish. That being said, I thought the match, it's very weird how the match played out and everything surrounding it. So we can't really speculate too much because I think it might just boil down to Punk, his foot not being completely healed to where he trusted it to go out there and have a match for 20, 30 minutes. So you do this, you get out of it, have Moxley be the champion, and Punk can go rest up and do whatever he needs to do, whether that's, sit on the shelf for a couple weeks, a couple months.
Okay, that's fine, but you could have done this at the pay-per-view. Think about the shock coming out of the pay-per-view. Moxley just decimates Punk like that. You're like,
and that's the other thing. It's like, what is at the pay-per-view? Because I don't know how many people, let's just say 15,000. I would assume like 10,000 of those people expected CM Punk to be there when they bought those tickets. Maybe all of them. And now they're not going to get a CM Punk match after they were promised it. They could have done that. They could have just had this type of match. But now, as we speculated last week, like if you're going to put this match on, you need to like do something, especially in this day and age where you're asking people to pay $50 for this. And so far, like besides the actual in-ring work, I don't see a match that dictates people like really wanting to buy this pay-per-view, unless it is an MJF, which we speculated, we saw the signs, no MJF. So what else is there for John Moxley to do? Bryan Danielson's doing something. I don't think a friendly wrestling match between him and Claudio is going to work. Like, who out there can Moxley wrestle that it's going to mean a damn in 10 days?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like we don't know. So I guess your world champion's not on your pay-per-view. The guy who is probably the most popular Chicagoan besides Oprah and Kanye West, or is not going to be on the pay-per-view. Okay, what's I'm just reverting. Like, what's the main event? Is it the trios titles? I kind of really don't care about that, honestly. Like what are we doing? And why wasn't this your main event of Dynamite? You could have given all of them that same amount of time and then let us believe that it was going to run over. Like you flip the 6-man in this. Let us believe the world title match is going to run over. Then you do the same gimmick if you're not going to put this at the pay-per-view. But it should have been on the pay-per-view. That's just...
maybe the Chicago crowd was a little bit of a deterrent because this is Cleveland. We even saw it. It was a much more John Moxley type crowd. So if you're going to do that type of finish, the crowd is much more responsive to John Moxley doing that than maybe if they did that in Chicago. And maybe if you were in Chicago, you could have done just a straightforward Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, John Cena type match where he just absolutely murders Punk. Like Punk is bleeding. He's gone for weeks or months and we don't see him for a long time. Who cares if the crowd's booing him? I think John Moxley could be booed in that crowd and walk away as a complete and total badass. Because I like both guys, and I thought Moxley, the way he was just flipping everybody off and like cussing at himself, I just really enjoyed the way John Moxley was acting tonight. I thought it was great.
Absolutely.
Especially after when he cut that promo.
Yes.
Right? I mean, he was basically crapping on the fans and everyone who he said everybody didn't believe in him. Everyone called him interim champ and all of that. So,
and I have really enjoyed this run of Jon Moxley because I mean, his first run he wins it in front of people. Then like a few weeks later, there's a pandemic, and his runs in front of really nobody, and I hated that for him. I've really enjoyed this run for him as champion, and honestly, I think he was the right guy to win. I'll say some nice things. I think he was the right guy to win, and now he can just carry that championship with pride and honor. Blackpool Combat Club, man, that's a group of killers, man. Danielson needs some gold now.
I try to pull up the AEW rankings. They haven't given out a ranking since August 10th.
Yeah, because rankings don't matter there.
Exactly. But what is it? They have Hangman Page is 1. Like maybe you can do that. That just seems kind of rushed. And they put the graphic of Dark Order and it was like a blurred out face. So I guess 10's not going to wrestle. So it's going to be Hangman Page is going to fill that void because that would make sense. But besides that, Powerhouse Hobbs, he has a match. Jericho has a match. Daniel Garcia, assumedly, is going to be with Jericho and Danielson. And then number 5 ranked is Jay Lethal. So,
Motor City Machine Guns. Chris Sabin was in the West Coast Cup. Hail Sabin. They're going to be teaming up with Jay Lethal. I'm a fan. Brian, you've sent us this to the Bulletcast group chat. This can we believe this?
I don't know. It's
well, I was going to bring it up when we were talking about the women's division earlier, and you said that Thunder didn't want to talk about Britt. There does seem to be some sort of like division in the locker room or the women's locker room where like people kind of hate each other. And if you want to read it, go right ahead and don't forget. Remember Thunder Rosa and Evil East back in the day.
Oh, that's true. So, Brian, where'd you get this from?
I just found it on Twitter.
Found this on Twitter.
Yeah.
Apparently, more drama in the AEW Women's Division. Dynamite spoilers. Let's see. Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker can't stand each other, described as mortal enemies. Jamie Hayter also hates Rosa. After she broke Jamie's nose on Dynamite, Rosa hid in the bathroom in fear of getting her ass kicked. Joe Lanza is speculating that Rosa isn't really injured and was just sent home to cool things off. Wow.
I mean, she was very emotional in that promo, which was like weird.
Well, I mean, yeah, she has to step aside as champ.
Yeah. But if you also want to say it, I mean, she seemed like she was crying. I didn't see any tears. If you want to play that card, I'm not saying it. I'm just pointing out.
I mean, you can see. I mean, it's the makeup. And it's a whole thing.
But then when it started running, so wouldn't it make it more obvious if she was crying? But anyways,
it doesn't run right away.
That is kind of things in the AEW locker room right now. Do not exactly seem like things are all peaches and cream right now.
Needy, because you know that I'm a fiend, getting freaky in my Bentley limousine. Shout out 112. All right, moving on from all that, Christian Cage and Jungle Boy is set for All Out, and the United Empire defeated Triangulo de la Muerte.
Which is the correct name. Triangulo de la Muerte.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's going to do it.
They wrestled their tails off.
They did. They were wrestling, brother. It's sports entertainment at its finest.
And the Elite comes out, so they're going to have that match next week. So, and once again, very much playing up Kenny being injured or taped up. I think. I mean, I speculated last week. I'm doubling down. This is a complete work. Kenny, I think will be fine. And they're going to build up to this big moment where he takes his shirt off and goes balls to the wall and destroys whoever it is in the finals.
Down the Elite.
Apparently, Kenny cut a killer promo on Will Ospreay after Dynamite went off the air.
Kenny Omega, good promo.
Never.
What? I've never seen one of those from him. Oh, you, Brian. Honestly, you should have been here when the Kenny slander was at an all-time high. That boy, Brandon, he was getting mad at me, man.
I was talking about.
No, you know what I'm talking about.
I'm level-headed. I never get angry.
Well, when Bailey was in Canada that one day, you came on this podcast and you just destroyed Canada.
The entire country, not even just Toronto, the entire country, if you can even call it a country, of Canada.
Hey, leave my people alone. I'm in the process of getting dual citizenship. You leave them alone.
If you get dual citizenship, you got to have like an estate or be married or something or another. So what's the plug? Who's the Canadian plug? Talking to Aubrey?
No. You guys don't need to
You
worry
got a
about
little some.
Man, got a little something. You know what did Miguel say? It's a sure thing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Superstar Spotlight. We haven't done one of those in a while. I'm giving it to Titus Alexander. Hell of a way to win that tournament, man. It's all you, baby. It's all you.
John Moxley, new unified AEW champion.
I'm gonna give it to Finn Balor because he got that look in his eyes. He back, baby. He back.
Got the long boys. No more tights.
He loves the long boys.
And he's still the prince.
Yes.
I seen it up in there in his little graphics.
Yes. But the prince wants to be king.
Or will the prince eventually want to be king and realize that the judgment day is standing in his way?
Never know. You never know.
Never know.
He has a dream of being king, but Rhea Ripley could be his nightmare. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen, man. A lot's going
What album you writing?
I had all of them today, man. Never. Hey, always bet on yourself, man. Be a rebel heart. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there you go. That's another one. All right. Wrestling for Autism. This is a wrestling show happening Thursday night in San Leandro. You can go look it up.
San Leandro.
6 p.m. Brandon, you coming with me? I'm gonna be there.
That's like down the street.
I'm gonna be there. You coming?
My people got to talk to your people.
Jacob and Journey Fatu are gonna be wrestling. Midas Creed is gonna be on the show. Sir Samurai is gonna be on the show. I went up to SPW on Sunday. Very nice venue. It's in a indoor soccer place. It's very humid, but SPW, they put on a great show. They have pyro. It's fantastic. And then this Saturday, Stars of Wrestling Locked and Bolted. This is something y'all need to get out to. I'm going to be there. I work for the company now. We're going to have 2 cage matches. The South Pacific Savages, Journey Fatu and Thomas CE, are going to be defending the tag team titles against the world's freshest tag team. And then in the main event, Big Oos, Jacob Fatu, another member of the South Pacific Savages, is going to be defending the Stars of Wrestling heavyweight title against JTG. Darren Young, Fred Rosser is going to be there taking on Big Fonz for the, I believe, the first ever Stars of Wrestling Bay Area Championship. I know Anna Diaz is defending the ladies championship in a fatal 4-way. I believe Christina Von Eerie's in that. The Boogeyman's going to be making an appearance. I think Cody Hall is booked back on this show. So a lot of stuff's going to be going on at Stars of Wrestling. Alameda Point Gym in Alameda, Saturday. Doors are at 5. Bell time is at 6. It's a fun show if you've never been. Guys, come out, see it. It's a lot of fun. The next week, Juicy's Kickback, the return of APW, All Out, Worlds Collide, Cardiff, all that's going to be going down. We're going to be talking about it all. I got another interview dropping of the self-revolutionary Surza. That's going to be dropping here in a couple days. So we're going to talk about that when we come back to the Bulletcast. Thank you guys so much. Stay clean, stay strong, stay safe. Diamonds are forever. So is the Microphone Messiah.